Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, let's start with the New York Jets. Avery, do you have a favorite move that the Jets made?
Not this season, but the season before when they added Rodgers. Obviously, he went down. It was the biggest storyline. Um, I think he's the missing piece that they've been looking for the last couple of years with that elite defense. They do have some offensive weapons, but really it boils down to quarterback play. Zach Wilson was never going to be the answer. So now having Aaron Rodgers back, having him hopefully stay healthy, is what their best thing that they've done is to me.
Yeah. And it goes into some of the moves I kind of liked, the Tyron Smith move, the Morgan Moses move, the offensive tackles that they got. Obviously, they got to stay healthy. That's a big if because Smith has not been able to stay healthy of late. But I like the flyers on those guys because they can't be any worse, right, than what they had last year.
Exactly.
Yeah. The other thing I liked is the backup quarterback. They went on and got Tyrod Taylor, who's a competent backup. So you're not, if something happens to Rodgers where he has to miss a couple games or whatever, you're not relying on Zach Wilson or who was the other guy that played last year?
Did they have Mike White at that point?
No, he was a Dolphin. There was another like running quarterback. He had a moment. It doesn't matter. I can't remember, but that's how bad it was. Like they were
Right.
going. Did Stidham play for them last year? No,
I don't
not
recall.
Stidham.
No, but you're right. Tyrod Taylor is an absolutely decent, serviceable backup quarterback that can run. He's got a beautiful deep ball as well, and he can make the right read. It's just there's a reason he's not a starting quarterback. He's not at that level.
Correct, but I would say he's one of the better backups in the league. So
Absolutely. Yep.
yeah, okay. Let's talk about what is your least favorite move that the Jets made.
They traded a third round pick to the Eagles for Hassan Reddick, and then like 2 months later he requested a trade. He signed a contract with the Eagles, I think, last offseason. And I don't know if like he requested the trade. I don't think he did. I think it was just both front offices, but that's kind of a massive swing and a miss to give up a third round draft pick for next year to go out and get a guy who is a really great player. Like he's one of the better closers that plays offensive or defensive line. But if he doesn't want to be there, then you just wasted a third round pick for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good one actually, because is he going to play if he doesn't get his contract? Do you know?
They came out today and said that they're not counting it out, that he's going to hold out until he gets something.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I put for my least favorite is no other weapon really that I trust. They went out and it took a flyer on Mike Williams. I've been so high on Mike Williams the first couple of years in the league, and he just constantly gets injured. So I don't expect him to stay healthy. I think that Xavier Gibson they drafted last year, so we'll see if he provides a spark. But it's like Alan Lazard, Tyler Conklin.
Yeah, it's nothing the outside of Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall.
Correct. And that's a thing that one of my complaints with the Packers organization was it was just Devontae Adams and whatever running back was on the field. That's all he had for like a couple different years. And everyone's like MVS, Lazard, all the names. And it's kind of like the same thing here as the Jets. You got one really good guy in the backfield and you have one really awesome receiver and then nothing else that you can rely on. And that's at least my least favorite move. Okay, biggest green flag for you for the Jets?
It's pretty easy. Just Aaron Rodgers staying healthy. He's got some good weapons. We just talked about it. But that's really the biggest question mark to them. So as long as Rodgers is healthy, they should be a really good team.
Yeah. I had defense being a green flag. We talked about it on the top of the show. They have the best defense in the division. And then all they need is, like you mentioned, just put a stamp of approval on your point. If they get anything above average QB play, they're going to be a good team because they went. Oh, I forgot to write it down. Where did they go last year? Were they like 7-10 or something like that? They did not do bad with the fact that they had just a horrible with Aaron, horrible QB play. Yeah, they were 7-10 last year with an awesome defense and like no offense. So if they can just get an average offense, an average one, they'll be good.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Biggest red flag.
You touched on it a little bit ago with some of the, veteran free agent offensive lineman signings, but their offensive line's got to be their biggest red flag.
Yeah, I agree. I have that written down. The health of Rodgers is the most important thing in this season, and you can't protect him. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there. So that's the biggest red flag for me. Who's your fantasy go-to for the Jets?
It's Breece Hall. I think he just opens up that entire offense. The way that he can explode out of the hole and from the backfield, he's the number one option there.
I like that one. I put Garrett Wilson. Again, if Rodgers is healthy, we know how he likes to feed his number one wide receiver. Devontae Adams, think about him. So I think if you can get him and Rodgers stays healthy, he's going to be pretty good this year.
And I suppose we can shout out the Jets defense.
Yes, good shout out. Yeah. You're going to start them at least twice a year against the Patriots, and then the rest of the time. Okay. Prediction. What are you predicting the Jets to finish this year?
I believe their win total for the year from Vegas is set at 9.5. So I'm taking the over. I have them going about 10-7.
Okay, so just over. I'm going just under 9-8.
I think that's fair. We're pretty close.
Yeah, we're one game off. That's pretty good. Okay, you ready to move on to the Patriots?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.